Hi, readers. So, on Monday, we learned about how we can gear up for reading again, how we can find that best spot to read in, what we can do if we start to lose focus. Now, today, now that we're all set with that, we're going to go back to what we were learning before spring break, and that's nonfiction reading and how nonfiction readers take notes. Specifically, we were learning about text structures. So let's review a little bit about what we already learned. We learned about 4 different text structures, and I'm going to pull those up for you. So remember, the first one we learned about was boxes and bullets, which is basically just main idea and supporting details. Remember, one of the most important things we learned is now that we're in 3rd grade, our main idea isn't just a topic, it's truly an idea or a statement about something. And then you have to give details that support that main idea. We also learned about sequential text structure, which is the same thing as steps or a sequence. It's telling you the order of something. Usually this is common when they're talking about like a life cycle or how to do something. We also learned about the compare and contrast text structure. And remember, we said when we do a compare and contrast text structure, we talk about the similarities and differences between 2 topics, and we use a Venn diagram to do that. Then we finished off by learning about cause and effect. Remember, a cause is an action that happens first, and that's the reason that something happens, and the effect is what happens because of that event. Now we're going to learn about a text structure that is a little bit similar to cause and effect. There's one thing that sets it apart, and that is problem and solution. So a problem is something that's going wrong, kind of similar to cause and effect, because we said usually with cause and effect, they're talking about something being wrong or bad. So there's a problem, something's going wrong, but then the text provides a solution. It fixes the problem. And that's the big difference from cause and effect to problem and solution. A lot of times, cause and effect just talks about what's going on and what's happening, like what the bad thing is. Whereas problem and solution not only tells you the problem, but it gives you a solution. It tells you how it will be fixed. So we're going to be focusing on problem and solution today. So first, we're going to watch a video that just goes over problem and solution. So let me pull that video up. All right. I'm going to make me smaller.
All right, good afternoon,
This
class.
bigger.
Today we're going to talk about text structure.
Excuse me, what is that anyway? Like spaces and punctuation marks?
Huh? Hardly. It's more like the way thoughts are organized.
Oh, like a problem and a solution.
Well, actually, yes.
Problem and solution is a text structure. So when you're reading, pay attention to the signs. The text will contain 2 sections. Yep, that's the way it is designed. The problem section presents the dilemma. Like, how can I track my miles while I jog? The solution section presents a way to fix it. And why that way would be the best one for the job. See, the problem will always have a solution. In fact, sometimes it'll have more than one. To get the job done, the text will present the solution that best solves the problem. Now, once you spot this text structure, that'll make it easier to read the text. It'll help you better understand the passage and the ways different ideas connect. Oh, when you're reading through a text and you see a problem, then you know what's next. A solution. Yup, that's the structure, so look for it and you know what the author is up to. Problem. Solution. It's a text structure. Now, while you're reading, be sure to observe all the hints and clues, aka signal words. Centuries ago, businesses faced a dilemma. It was difficult for them to ship goods coast to coast. They had to sail all the way around South America. And in time and money, it was costing them the most. So, in order to shorten the traveling distance, the US, UK, and France each proposed building a Central American canal. They all failed, but still the case wasn't closed. See, this led to the US trying again. They succeeded, and as a result, shipping routes were shortened by thousands of miles, which made it quicker and cheaper to haul. So let's examine what we just read. The problem was the time and the cost, and the Panama Canal.
noticed how when it's talking about a problem, it's using words such as difficult or a dilemma. And then they talk about the solution. This led to, in order to. Okay.
Was the solution? So the value in trade wouldn't be lost. The signal words, dilemma, and proposed are hints that a problem arose and led to, and as a result, signify one of the solutions they chose. So the next time that you're reading a passage, be sure to look for words that suggest a problem and the solution that solves the problem the best. When you're reading through a text and you see a problem, then you know what's next. A solution. Yup, that's the structure, so look for it and you know when the author is up top. When you're reading through a text and you see a problem, then you know what's next. A solution. Yup, that's the structure, so look for it and you know when the author is up top. Problem. Solution. It's a tech structure.
All right, awesome. So hopefully that helped you understand problem and solution. Remember, a problem is what's wrong, what's the dilemma, what is the issue here, and the solution is how we fix that problem, what's going to make it better. So they mentioned in the video that just like all the other text structures we learned about, there are signal words that can help you identify the text structure. So some signal words to identify a problem and solution text structure is maybe it'll say the problem is, the question is, the trouble is. I like how they said dilemma there too. I'm going to add that. And then you might see words that are signaling a solution. That means it's saying help, a solution, one answer to solve this. Okay, that'll help you identify that it is a problem and solution text structure. So let's try this together. We're going to read this article, nonfiction article about cane toads. And we want to look to see, is it a problem and solution text structure? How do we know? And then how can we take our notes to reflect that? So let's read about cane toads. When beetles started to damage sugarcane crops in Queensland, Australia in the 1930s, farmers knew that something had to be done. In 1935, the Department of Agriculture decided that instead of using chemicals, they would bring cane toads, giant toads from the Amazon rainforest, into the country to eat the beetles. Scientists warned them not to bring cane toads into Australia because it would upset the balance of nature, but their warnings were ignored. The arrival of the cane toads did not eliminate the beetle problem, but caused many new problems of their own. Wow, my radar is going off. It is telling me there are problems. So I'm going to be on the lookout for what are these problems. I'm actually going to be ready to write them down. For example, cane toads are poisonous and can hurt people and pets. That's a big issue. I'm going to write that down. The problem is cane toads are poisonous. And then they hurt people and pets. See, and I just wrote that down. They can also poison animals that eat frogs, tadpoles, and frogs' eggs. Cane toads also eat large numbers of honeybees, which is harmful for crops and the beekeeper's business. In addition, cane toads compete with other Australian animals, like skinks, for the same types of food. Lastly, they have diseases that can be spread to Australian frogs and fishes. So I already wrote that they're poisonous, they hurt people, pets. I'm going to add other animals because they listed a bunch. I'm also going to write that they spread diseases. Once the cane toads were released in Australia, they quickly took over the ecosystems of Australia's northern areas. Then they spread to the west and to the south. At first, the toads spread about 60 miles per year, but now they are spreading at the rate of 25 to 35 miles per year. Cane toads currently cover 1/3 of Australia's land. Scientists warn that unless they are stopped, cane toads will continue to take over Australia and damage the ecosystems in place there. So essentially, that's the big problem. They damage the ecosystems. Over the last 25 years, the government has researched different ways to control the cane toad. Oh, I'm kind of on the radar here. It sounds like they now are going to try and control the problem. Could this be a solution? Including trapping them and giving them a virus to stop them from fully developing. So far, a clear answer has not yet been found. So I'm going to write that down. Even though they're not sure, that is believed to be a solution. So they trap them and give them a virus. Community Groups Australia have also put a huge amount of effort into controlling cane toads. They've collected them by hand, trapped them, and built special fences to stop their spread. So the special fences help too. None of these methods have stopped cane toads so far. So even though they're still working on it, there were some problems and some solutions presented in this nonfiction article. Okay, so to review, we learned about the problem and solution text structure. Remember, a problem is something that's going wrong. And then solutions are ways to fix it or possibly fix the problems. What you're going to do today is you are going to, and I just lost your article that you're going to read. I accident. You are going to read about tigers. And just like how I did, you are going to read the information in the article, and then you're going to tell me what the problem and solution is in a table, just like how I did. Let's see if I can find it quick to show you. Of course, it's being slow. Let's see, please work. Tigers, where are you? I see you. Here we go. It's loading. Everything's always loading. Maybe if I X out of this, it'll help a little bit. X out of this. Okay, so again, you're going to read this article about tigers. Okay, see? Nonfiction about tigers. And then see if you can identify the problem and solution and record it in the table. There might be more than one problem, just like how we had here, and there might be more than one solution. All right, readers. So remember, today and every day, researchers look for the text structure and record their notes in that way. All right, off you go.